And a good morning to you, one and all of you beautiful liberty lovers and ecclesiastics all across the globe, and all of you wonderful brand new listeners out there in internet land as well as Manchester, New Hampshire. We're coming to you live this morning, this Wednesday, Hump Day, July the 13th in the year of our Lord 2016. Yes, for all you new people, this is a call-in program, and as well, you current listeners already know that. But the call-in line number is 603-672-0573. If the line is busy or if I am on the air with somebody else, please do not give up. Call back, and we'll get you on the air as soon as you get through. Be advised, we have, I think, two lines. Usually sometimes one line does not work. I don't know why. I asked the phone company on that one. I just do a program here. I don't run the radio station or the phone company. So don't get mad at me if things get a little, as the British would say, bollocksed, with the phone system. We're doing our best here. This isn't, Premier Radio? Is that who Rush is on? I don't know. We're not that. I don't have a golden EIB microphone either. I've just got the Freedom mic here in the bunkerized studio, which is located somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. Got a lot to cover today. Although, I love hearing that opening. I love the opening. That was done for moi. Now there was people ask, well, was that the original? No, it wasn't the original. Unfortunately, due to certain circumstances, we had to give up the original, but I can play it for you right now. I think I have it here. So give this a listen. Let me know what you think. Do you like the original, the first one that you just heard, the opening, what you would think is original, or do you like the old one, which we do not use anymore? Now, I may have the ability to go back and get the old one, but at this particular point in time, it's not plausible. This is what we used to open up with.
Most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
Now that was the original, and we'll say that's number 2. If you like number 2, you could tweet it or Facebook it. Let me know which is your favorite. The one that we're using now currently, which is number 1, or the one that we used to use that we no longer use, number 2. And if people like number 2 better, then I might be able to work it out where we can get to use it again. There's, obviously licensing stuff that has to occur for that kind of thing. But let me know which side are you on when it comes to that. And yes, we're going to get into all the wonderful stuff, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the stuff that's happened over the weekend, plus some new stuff about Atlanta, Georgia, possibly heading into martial law territory. And a whole bunch of, don't say I didn't warn you about this martial law stuff, folks. I saw this coming back with the Boston Marathon bombers a few years ago, when basically they, without declaring martial law, they pretty much declared martial law in Boston, Massachusetts. And I said that was a bad sign because way too many people accepted it, didn't complain about it, said nothing about it. And, the old frog in the pot thing, you put the frog in a nice comfortable water and you turn up the flame and you can cook it. Well, it's happening, folks. I know there are a lot of people out there that think this is Obama's fault. Well, Obama isn't declaring martial law here. I mean, let's be fair. This is, hey, this is a black mayor. Atlanta has a black mayor, right? They do. Any case, let's get a phone call here. You're live on the Rod Eccles Show. What you got?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Oh, we got a lot going on, hadn't we?
Oh, good grief. You can't be in the studio for a few days, and again, all hell breaks loose, it semes. But okay, that's typical.
I find myself waking up at night and looking at my iPad, because I'm afraid I'm going to miss something, and it's going to go to the next thing, and I'm going to have been left out of the loop. So, talking about the Supreme Court justice, I was reading about that. It's almost unbelievable. I mean, I know that they're not without political bias. I mean, obviously, the Democrats select their liberal justice and Republicans were, conservative. That makes it fair. But to come out and criticize a candidate, especially when her candidate should be in Guantanamo. I'm not even going to say Leavenworth anymore. I mean, she and just after watching that congressional meeting yesterday with Lynch, that's embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
I think let's bring some people up to speed. If you were hiding under a rock the past couple of days, you may have missed this, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a Supreme Court justice, basically, well, she didn't basically said it. These are her words. She said that in a talk, I guess, that Donald Trump is a fake and that he was bad for this country. She was scared to death of him. She might leave the country if he's elected.
And go to Australia.
A Supreme Court justice saying that they're going to leave the country if a particular candidate that the people choose is elected. I mean, that's not right. But I think a lot of people are missing the point. Now, first of all, when you become a Supreme Court justice, you don't lose your right to speak your opinion. However, and look, we've had Supreme Court justices going all the way back to the original Supreme Court, when the country first got started, that had members that expressed some of their political views. We even had, some Supreme Court justices that ran for president way back in the early days, and I don't believe any of them won. I don't think we've had a president that was ever a Supreme Court justice.
I don't think so either. No.
Yeah, no. So they didn't win, but this is a different level. You didn't have them not on the campaign trail dissing a candidate. I mean, they kept that stuff close to the vest. Now, you could argue that, some people argue, we've had Supreme Court justices of recent note that have expressed their political views. Yeah, but they didn't express it in such a way where they were saying that this candidate is worse than this candidate, or this candidate is better than this candidate, or this candidate scares me so much I'm going to leave the country. A Supreme Court justice, a justice that is supposed to be interpreting and holding up the Constitution of the United States of America, is saying that if the duly elected person as president by the people, as said in the Constitution, is elected that they don't like, they're leaving the country?
Well, and what's going to happen to her? Let's say he gets elected, which I think is, I think the odds are in our, in his favor, our favor. And what is she going to be if she doesn't leave? Is she going to be a fake?
Well,
Does that make her fake?
I think we know that the left has two sets of rules. They have rules for themselves, which at times, are at times are totally the opposite of what the rules are for the rest of us. Just look at Hillary.
And look at the guy who was trying to, the military guy that was trying to warn his partners that there was the danger, and he sends one email. And what happened to him? I think he was punished severely. And I don't understand how Lynch can rightfully sit there and say, you know, I refer you to the head of the FBI. No, she is the head. She's the head of the Justice Department. If we commit, you know, a crime, they're going to have a hard time because
the left is very adamant with this line, precedence. Understand that precedence is a legal term that absolutely means nothing. There's no such thing as precedence. Just because one judge, went one way doesn't mean that sets the tone for how judges are supposed to go forever.
She should be an American judge.
Well, yeah,
she should be representing what the country's about and how our judicial system operates.
Yes.
Not in the favor of the highest above or whatever she thinks is the highest.
Yeah, and you don't know how people are going to, if something like this happens to an ordinary citizen, and if their lawyer's on top of it, yes, they're going to say, well, this is what they did with Hillary and some of her people. They've set a new precedence for this.
Can I tell you, in my business, we do medical records electronically. I am responsible for everything, even if my nurses put something in there. We are, and it says we sign saying, not did we understand it, because I don't always understand it. If we do something, if our clerks that file, if they put in the wrong code, if they charge, make any mistake, it's a federal crime. You are going to have the feds on you so fast that, and I know many doctors, who have paid millions of dollars, lost everything they've had because of a mistake. And I don't think they blatantly, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them weren't trying to beat the system. We weren't properly trained. We were given these, they don't even tell us how it's going to change. But they'll say, ICD-9 code, now it's going to be ICD-10. But you think they come and tell us? No, it's up to us to find that information out. And they will fine you. They take the money out of your checking account. Forget if you made a mistake. They don't, they just say, I won't pay you for this nursing home visit because you know what? You got too much on this. And they don't have, Blue Cross Blue Shield has a limited time they can do it. There's a year. Medicare can go back 20 years. Now tell me that's fair when you sit there and watch how this has gone down. This is not fair, America. And for anybody, I told my sister yesterday, if you vote for her, count me out. I'm no longer, we're disconnecting. I said, you can set it out, but if you vote, so
there isn't this patient on the Democrat side with the regular rank and file as there was with Obama.
Be embarrassed.
Well,
you would have to be embarrassed, or a criminal.
Yes, but see, this is where we have gone, where with about half the population in this. Well, it's not even half the population because she's not getting that kind of numbers. Yeah. But far too many people, the percentage is over 30%. More than a third of Americans believe it doesn't matter if a politician breaks the law. As long as a politician believes the way they believe, then it's okay. Now that's a dangerous, if you want to talk about precedence, that's a dangerous precedent. Because now it means that even if that person is not really qualified to be in elected office, let alone president, and Hillary Clinton is not qualified to be elected to any, not to even be dog catcher.
She couldn't be a dog catcher. That's
right. So, but they're going to overlook all of her faults and her illegality simply because she's saying what they believe in. If that woman is illegal, I'm telling you, it is the end of America as we know it. The United Nations and the globalists win, and we the people, including the stupid idiots who support her, all lose.
And do they realize that, did you know how, what are they going to do to you? I mean, not me or you. I mean, oh Lord, they could do a lot to us if they got their hands on us. But what makes them think that it's going to be fair? And what is she going to do when she gets more power? What happens to this country? I mean, you might as well go to North Korea. I mean, or China. Because honestly, the other day I read where Putin was making accusations that our media is more, constricted or liberal than his media. Now that's a bad. Now everybody take that in. If you don't understand communism, if you don't understand that, you better get on Google if they'll let you see it. And you better fill in some blanks because listen, here they are talking. Our president goes to Dallas for a memorial for these 5 people's life that were taken, and basically says he's only thing in his mind is getting the guns. Follow the trail. Look what Hitler did. You know what? You get the people to think, okay, there's so much chaos, there's so much danger, we go after the guns. Why do you think that is? Because then you are at their mercy.
That's the way it always works.
And then he went after guns, and guess what? People are falling for it.
That's the way it dictators always go. I'm sorry, my dear. I gotta run for the break here.
All right, and listen, look for me on the floor. I'll be there every night.
All righty, will do. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
You're listening to me, your lovable host, L. Rod, here on the Rod Eccles Show.
How would you love to shrink your waistlines fast and easy? Visit shrinkingwaistlines.com. Learn the secrets that so many people are now learning. It's the best natural way to lose weight. Get this, you don't even have to exercise or spend hours at the gym, and you'll never have to starve yourself ever again. Visit shrinkingwaistlines.com and get the 23-second waist shrinking exercise. That's so simple you'll be shocked to see the pounds just fall off. That's shrinkingwaistlines.com. It's time to get into great shape today.
It started with a knock, but it wouldn't end there. What happens in the story next, many wouldn't understand, and most wouldn't believe. 5 + 2 = Perfection by Samuel Rosette Jr. is a must-read. The scriptures within are reminders of the ancient past, and yet intriguingly infuses with texts which stand on the edge of the stage of relevancy. Available online at Westbow Press, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, and SamuelRosetteJr.com.
We've all heard of male enhancement, But now, there's an expert on true male enhancement in the areas that really count. In Herb Ellis's book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, you'll find answers to questions like, why doesn't she want to have sex? A quick start, quick results workout guide, plus what you can do as a side hustle to make money now. With all the great tips in this book, every man can benefit. Get the book, Husband 2.0, Real Male Enhancement, on Amazon.com.
How would you love to have your very own money-making website? Well, now you can. Just visit onlinehealthsource.net and become an affiliate, promoting and selling some of today's hottest new products, like anti-aging creams, supplements for him or her, HGH products, weight loss supplements, and much, much more. That's onlinehealthsource.net, offering you the chance to earn great money online, promoting products that everyone wants. onlinehealthsource.net. Sign up today and start your own online business right now.
603-672-0573 is the number to call, should you wish to join me here live on the Rod Eccles Show. Again, if you happen to a little bit of a vote on the opening theme song, there are two up for grabs here. There's the one that everybody knows here from 90.7 FM WLMW. It's the one that we started using in January of this year. That's number one. Number two was the original. Well, it isn't the original, but the one that I used the very first day I was on the air is that's no longer around. But the original that was originally done for the program started being back in 2009, 2010 when we started the show. That's number two. So if you like, we'll play the differences again later on, so you get another feel for them. But we have the opportunity to possibly get the original back, if that's what you folks like. Now I like them both. Gonna tell you, I like it. Both were done for this program, and I happen to like them both. But you know, just go ahead and vote. You could vote it on Facebook or Twitter or call into the program and voice your opinion and let me know which one that you like. And if it's number two, then we'll have to go back and see if we can get it released to us again once and for all. But if it's not, then that's fine too. We still got the first one out there, number one, that is that we're currently using, that is just as awesome. In either case, glad that you guys are at least paying attention to some of this stuff. And, well, you know, yeah, I know, short segment here because we went long in the last segment. But never fear, we will be back.
Hi, this is Matt Lagore. Listen to me Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. on WLMW 90.7. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship, personal growth, business, or anything else inspiring. See you then.
Hello, this is Dr. Roger Gosselin of the Dr. Roger Gosselin Health and Wealth Show. Make sure to tune in Thursdays at 5 o'clock right here at 90.7 FM WLMW to find out more about what the drug companies don't want you to know.
What if I told you that you could lose weight simply by drinking coffee? Change your coffee, change your life. Our gourmet estate-grown coffee is infused with powerful herbs that help you melt fat and keep you from feeling hungry for 6+ hours. SkinnyCoffeeShop.com. That's SkinnyCoffeeShop.com. Tea and water also available. SkinnyCoffeeShop.com.
Hey folks, if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time taking photos with your mobile phone or posting them to Facebook or Instagram. Well, did you know that you can actually be earning hundreds, even thousands of dollars each month just by uploading them to Instagram? Now, most people are skeptical at first, but this system is the real deal. You can get your hands it, and you can be ready to see money flowing into your account. There are over 150 million users on Instagram, yet less than 1% of them are taking advantage of these money-making secrets. Now, if they knew they could be paying their rent, making their car payment, or just snapping photos and putting them onto Instagram, I bet they would be glued to their cell phones. There are only a limited number of these spots available, however. So if you visit moneymatters3.com right now, you can sign up to take advantage of all the special discounts. That's right, go to moneymatters3.com and get all the moneymatters3.com. Log on now.
How would you like to stress-proof your money and have a roadmap to ease your financial life? Well, now you can. Just visit besttoinvest.net. They offer today's best source of information and advice on finances for the millennials and iGens. You will be provided a key to the system that shows you how to set up your money to automatically fill up your savings, set reoccurring payments to bills or credit card without worrying about missing the due dates. It will even let you focus on the things that really matter, like learning new stuff, hanging out with friends or family. This system works for anyone, even you. That's besttoinvest.net. Why wait? The time is now to take control of your financial future. Visit best.
Outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have news for you. Discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay you $18 per pill or more? 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2640. $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. $2614. Again, 8.
Six 603-672-0573 is the number to call should you wish to join me here live on the Rod Eccles Show. This Hump Day, Wednesday, middle of the week for many people. I know there are people out there with shift week and stuff, or shift work, and they don't work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, or 7 to 3:30 Monday through Friday. They work 7 days a week basically. Well, we glad that you're out there. Anyway, listening on what most people consider to be Hump Day, or notion about, well, there's just so much out there right now. We got Bernie Sanders out there who's endorsing Hillary Clinton now, and you got the wonderful millennials who are all a Twitter. He's out there. He's been endorsed. What did you expect from a 74-year-old curmudgeon who spent most of his adult life, from at least from the age of his late 30s, 38 to 40, in the public sector running for public office? The guy's never really had a successful private career. Literally, he hasn't. Hey, private career, he's the most money Bernie Sanders ever made is when he was elected. Well, much like the millennials today, who are running around crying that they can't get a six-figure job and they have no job experience. That was Bernie Sanders until he was almost middle-aged. Did you expect this guy, who has made his living off the public dole, to not go ahead and endorse the candidate that he has to endorse now? I know a lot of people, well, he's a hypocrite. He said that she's not qualified. Now he's saying that she is qualified. That's politics. Welcome to politics. They're surprised. I don't know why they're surprised, but they seem to be surprised that, well, only the Republicans do that. Well, this is a rude wake-up call for you idiot millennials. The Republicans are not the only ones who do this. The Democrats have been doing this for decades and decades as well. It's a blood sport for one. Two, it's all about party affiliation. Now what you Yeah. Well, most of these, lunkhead millennials don't remember that because they were too young to even bother paying attention when he did that. They were not a voting age. And then he decides to run. Not as an independent, but a Democrat. Well, he already renounced the Democratic Party, but now he's going to run for president as a Democrat. Well, that's strike one. And now he's going to run out there and talk about how the person that he said is, not for the little person, is how can you go out there and say that you're going to rein in Wall Street when Wall Street paid you millions of dollars? And how can you say that she's not qualified, she's not telling the truth, that basically Bernie Sanders called Hillary Clinton a liar, and that she's not qualified to be anything, let alone president, and then run around and say that she's the best we got? I mean, that's just hypocritical. Or is it? Or is this typical? So Bernie Sanders leaves the Democrat Party, then decides to run for president, not as an independent, but as a Democrat. And even though he said that when he left the Democrat Party was corrupt and it was in the back pocket of Wall Street itself, now he's fully back in the Democrat Party and endorsing the Wall Street supported Democratic candidate that he called a liar and incompetent. And you people are going to welcome to the real world. And so now everybody thinks, well, geez, they're not going to vote. Well, they may not have decided to go to the polls. But let me tell you something. They're not going to be voting for Hillary. If they do go to the polls, there's Stein. Now, I don't. Is she the Green Party candidate? Johnson's a third party. I don't know. What party that he's affiliated. I think Stein isn't that is she with Ralph Nader's Green Party? And now we're starting to hear more and more about, she's getting some press now. Oh, by the way, there have been some polls that have Gary Johnson in up there with Hillary in the Donald. That's kind of scary, actually, because Johnson is a libertarian candidate. And Johnson is a nut job libertarian. He is. He's a nut job in libertarian. Now, for you gun lovers out there, all you Second Amendment people, Johnson's your guy, really. If you want to, he's going to be 100% behind you, but he's a nut job. When it comes to so many other aspects, he's not. He's not. In my book, Johnson's not qualified. Care if you like it or not. It's my show. I'm gonna use the term. She's a tranny. She's just a sweet transvestite. Did anybody hear that they were thinking about remaking Rocky Horror? I'm incensed by that somebody would even think about it. By the way, I guess the critics and the public have trounced the new Ghostbusters movie. I like it. That it shouldn't be a reboot. That was their mistake. They tried to make this a reboot as if these, instead of the original four guys, that movie never happened. This is a reboot. This is what they do when they do a reboot. The movies that came before didn't really happen. But evidently this was severely panned. I had no interest in going to see it, by the way, and I still won't go and see it. Just saying. I mean, if you want to go see it, fine. Go ahead. Spend your $15. I don't care. I'm not a film critic. I'm not here to tell you what to watch or what not to watch. I said from the beginning it was a bad idea. It was not going to do well. Maybe they will make some money. Who knows? But in any case, so I'm starting to hear about this Jill Stein, and it looks like some of the Bernie Sanders supporters are going over to Jill. Is that her name, Jill Stein? Yeah, I think that's it. If she's a Green Party candidate, and she's a communist, because Ralph Nader really leans towards communism. I mean, he's a, we want to call Bernie Sanders an avowed socialist, of which he admits that he is a socialist. The Green Party would have been the proper choice for Bernie if that were the case. So this Stein person, who is not a tranny, by the way, as far as we know, she's a communist as far as I can tell. Okay, well, maybe she's not a Putin-esque, Lenin or Stalin-esque type of communist. Maybe she's not a Xi of China, President Xi of China, communist, but she's an American communist. And look, they're out there still. By the way, the American Communist Party has always considered itself to be in the great umbrella of the Democratic Party. By the way, they still do. And there are quite a few Democrats who espouse the American Communist Party manifesto, if you will. Bernie Sanders is one. He believes in all that giant government, state-sponsored, state-controlled crap. No, we're not gonna deal with the Constitution anymore. The Constitution, and now we've got people on the right side of the political aisle that talk about how this is a different day and age now. Those guys back then, it was totally different. Let me tell you something. Humankind is not different today than it was back in 1776. It's exactly the same. So, this whole notion that that people think that, well, yeah, it is what it is, folks. We're not different. We're not. There is nothing different here. Well, yeah, well, it is. We're not different. There's nothing new under the sun. And I love how people just try to say that, well, this is new. It's not new. This is not new. This is rehash old stuff. The only difference is, the only thing that is different today versus, 1780, or if you just want to go back, 1816, go back 200 years, or 1916. You know what the difference is? There is a difference. I will admit there is a difference. You know what the difference is? The only difference? There's only one difference. There is a difference between 18 and 1816. And there was a difference between 1816 and 1716. And if you want to keep going back 100 years, there was differences, but not in people. But there was one difference, only one difference. And that difference didn't come about, for possibly a millennia at least. Through the fall of the ancient Roman Empire, through the Dark Ages, there wasn't much difference at all. Like, can you imagine if we were static? If nothing changed? Oh, wait, Rod, you just said nothing did change. Well, no, there's only been one change. One. I mean, just go back 2,000 years to the year 16. There is only one difference. And that difference is technology. Because people are still the same. You know, we like to think, well, the old-fashioned way, Rod. People had morals. No, baloney. Mankind has been devoid of morals. Well, and morals. Mankind is engaged in